Hey, what is going on, you guys? My name is Sub-Zero Exabyte, and today I will welcome you to the most epic event of the year. And I am not saying that lightheartedly. No, today we are doing something that is so vital that I should not even be having to explain this to you. Today I will be talking about the noob phenomenon that we call the dirt house. Yes, you might be familiar with it. Maybe you are not, but I mean, if you are not familiar with that term, or in this case that phenomena, then you probably are one of the people who use that term / phenomenon the most. Yes, I am talking about all of you noobs out there who are still going out of their way to build dirt houses for themselves. I mean, that is not something that we can take lightly, since it is such a well-spread virus or an actual disease maybe. And I just want to take this opportunity to go through all of this with you guys. Now, you may already know that a dirt house is something that is not really appealing to the eye, but that might not be something that you are very concerned of when you first come to battle with the mobs at night. So to get this party started, I will just start up with some background info on the dirt house. I know that this might seem a little overdue right now, but I am just going to make sure that we understand the problem, in order for us to know what to do against the problem. That is just something that I think is very helpful in our case right now. So let's get to it. Now, as always, once I morph into Sub-Zero the Science Hero, I would want something from you. And that of course is to grab some food, sit down, and kids get ready to learn. So the dirt house phenomenon is widespread across the Minecraft community, and I will explain to you what a small dirt house actually is so that you can understand the problem that we are facing in this day and age. So here it goes. The small dirt house is easy to make, and only requires a small amount of dirt. It will protect you against most overworld mobs, with the exception of creepers. The small dirt house is an efficient first night shelter for the time before you can acquire cobblestone, wood, or iron. Now you might be thinking like, well, if it is just a first night shelter, then what is all the fuss about right now? Well, let me explain. In this day and age we face a problem with a lot of stuff, of course, but one of those things is that we tend to look for short-term options instead of looking for long-term options. So we just think like, well, this short-term option will only take me 5 minutes and it will be helping me. Well, that might be true, but that is not something that is very considerable when you get into the long-term effects of such thing. Because if you end up going for the long-term option, then you will mostly find yourself looking ahead, and you might be like, well, that is quite a lot of work, so I am not going to do that. So that is the kind of mentality that we are facing with right here when it comes to the Sub-Zero Exabyte dirt house phenomena. And yes, that is the actual name that I'm giving to it right now, so please use this full name when you are talking or referring to this phenomena. Now let's get something real clear right now. Okay, we must do something that is good for us. I know that, and I mean the dirt house might be an okay option for the first night in Minecraft, but that is just the problem that we are facing right now. Like I just said, you are talking about a good first night option. Well, what about the countless nights to come in Minecraft? What are you going to do with that dirt house? Will you extend that first night policy that we just talked about, and you are going to be living there for a longer amount of time? Well, that would just be horrible, because you could have just built a longer lasting shelter that will look better and will work way better with your ideal. Now of course, like I said, that will take more time. Now let me get into this. So what is the other option after your first night? So first we got the fact that people tend to live in it for longer than just the first night. But after that, what if you end up moving on after the first night? Well, you would end up abandoning the house. And believe me, no one is going to demolish a dirt house just for some dirt scraps. So you know that is not something that we would want, because then we would have a buildup of dirt houses in our perfect little Minecraft world, and that is really not something that we would want right now. Now is it? I mean, sometimes we see some things in Minecraft that we think is ugly or something like that. Now most of the time we cannot do anything about that, but sometimes we actually can. Because most of the times it is just nature that has built something that does not look at all appealing to us. But when we leave our dirt houses behind for someone else to find, well, that is the kind of pollution that we can actually counter right now. So that is the one thing that we can actually combat, and it really is something that we should be doing, to be honest. Otherwise, in a couple of years we are going to be in a whole world of trouble, because our worlds will be filled with these giant ugly dirt houses. And that is not something that I want to let happen, and it is not something that I'm going to let happen, but we will have to work together on this. Alright, now you might be like, well, Sub-Zero, you are just overreacting right now, because how can the worlds of Minecraft become filled with dirt houses? Well, that is because the dirt houses usually are built and occupied by the noob species of our Minecraft world. And believe me, in the upcoming years we are going to be having a lot of trouble with more and more noobs who will be coming in. So with that insane influx of new players, by the way, influx means that there are more people joining in. But what I was saying, with all of the new players that will be coming in within the next couple of years, then we will be having a problem, because that is the point where our worlds are going to be filled to the brim with more and more dirt houses. And that is all just because there are more people coming in who think that it is a viable way of living to just build a small house out of dirt and then to leave it all behind when they are done with it. Now this problem is something that we also encounter in the real world of today. I really want to compare the small dirt houses of Minecraft with the plastic epidemic that we encounter in the real world of today. Now you might be like, how in the world am I able to compare those two with each other? Well, that is rather easy. We tend to use those small dirt houses in a way that we just use it once for a short amount of time, and then we end up basically throwing them away. Now let's get to the plastic epidemic. Well, we use that the same way as we use the small dirt houses in Minecraft. So please, let's get this and follow along closely, please. We use plastic bottles for holding our soft drinks, right? And we only use those drinks in the plastic bottles for a short amount on time, just like the dirt houses in Minecraft. And then when we are done with our soft drink, well, let's get this, we throw them away and we never use them again, which only causes for more pollution on the streets and in the environment as a whole. Now that is something that you can kind of envision, right? So now that we have got that out the way, that is the exact thing that we are facing right now, and we can no longer just let it slide. I am telling you that we cannot just let this happen to our world, because one day, just like with the plastic bottles and containers, we will end up regretting the fact that we were such pigs when it comes to our beautiful world of Minecraft. So we will have to end this rapture right away. Now let's get into what I am doing right here right now. I am building this dirt house to show you guys what you can actually achieve when building something that is just a little bigger and of course a little bit more time consuming, but that is just something that we cannot take for granted, because Rome was not built in a day, and neither is a good and amazing looking house in Minecraft. So follow me here. Alright, now of course my house is already done basically, but just follow these steps for making something like this dirt house right here. First, make the entrance. To make the entrance, place 2 dirt blocks next to each other. Then, leave a 1 block gap. Then put 1 more block. Once you have done that, put 1 more block on top of each dirt block. Then, place the wooden door in the gap. Once that is done, place a block above the wooden door. Now you need walls or mobs will get in. Next to one of last dirt blocks, put 5 dirt blocks on the ground. This wall should be perpendicular to the first entrance wall. Then, place 1 more block on top of each dirt block. Do the same for the entrance for back as if it was a mirror. But this time, don't leave a gap and put a door there. Just fill the gap in with dirt blocks. Build the walls till they are 2 blocks high, and put the roof on, but get rid of the corners, more maximum block efficiency. Now place your crafting table and any other blocks you have, such as furnaces, chests, and beds, wherever you like. With enough effort, you should survive your first night until you can upgrade your dirt house by replacing the dirt walls with cobblestone and wood, and add windows. Now that we have got that down, we can start looking towards the future. Now I am just hoping that we can have a future that is filled with nice houses. I mean, I do not care if we build dirt houses. I just care about it when we are making these small things that really just look out of place and do not look good at all. So of course you might be like, well, we will need more than that. Well, you can just start adding more stuff. I mean, it is Minecraft. Just use your imagination when you are building something and make it yours. Make sure that you build something that is worth your while, and it will be worth your weight in gold. Okay, maybe not, but it is a nice thought. Now of course I would not be saying all of this if I would not think that all of this is true and actually a good cause. I mean, I usually do not talk that much about a good cause, but I think that this is just something that you can do wrong very easily. I mean, there is not much to say right now, but I think that this is something that would not only be good for the Minecraft overworld and for the environment in general. I think that this is just something that would be good for the player community as well. I mean, the whole point in building a tiny dirt house is that you do not have to have much skill in order to build a small shelter, right? Well, I want to upgrade that, because we do not care about things that do not take skill. We want to be able to put in the work so that you are able to get something good in return as well. So let me put it like this. If you think that building all of these small dirt houses everywhere is a good and easy thing to do, well, yes, it is easy, but it does not take much skill to make something like that. So we need to make some things that are good and well made. So if we end up making more houses and bigger and better houses, then you are able to get way more skill in life. I mean, you could just go over the whole overworld map and you are able to get everywhere basically, but that does not take a lot of skill. I mean, that is just something that we do not want. We really want to be able to get more skill in this game, so you will have to put on the work. I mean, you would really have to put on the hours enable for you to actually get some things done. This might sound like a lot of work, but I mean, it takes a lot of work, right? Creating something like skill is just something that takes time, so you will really need to add in some work in order for you to actually become someone who bears a lot of skill in Minecraft. And that is not a joke, and that is not something that I take really lightly, to be honest. So let's just get to that point where we do not care anymore about the hard work, because sometimes you will just need to put on the work if you want to be able to accomplish something. So basically what I am trying to say with all of this, that I want you guys to be able to make actual houses. And no, wait, I do not mean that, because building a house is easy. I mean, you could actually just build a little small dirt thing and just call it a house, right? Yes, that is easy, and it does not take that much skill at all. But I do not want you guys to be building houses everywhere over the map. No, I want you guys to start building homes. I want you to be able to come back to the home that you have built and be able to enjoy your time staying there. So go do that, and quit building the houses in Minecraft and start building homes, because that is just something that we really want in Minecraft, right? You would not want to live in some kind of a dump and be like, well, it works, right? No, we want to be able to use our skills and build something that is more than just a house, because we want to build a home so that we can get something that is really worth our while. And you will notice eventually that when you are building something and it takes a lot of work, that you will get tired, but you will learn more skills. And when you are all done with the building, then you will know that all of it was worth the time that you have put into it. All of the time that you have invested in it will be paid back, because you will have an end product that is something that is really good. But I mean, of course, you could just be sitting there like, well, I do not care about that at all. Well, I guess that is just your loss then, but then you will always be staying a noob, and that is just something that I do not want to happen, because we just want everyone to be able to get the most out of their Minecraft experience. But when you decide to stay a noob forever, then you will not be able to accomplish that at all. So please take everything that I have said in the last 10 minutes with a big grain of salt. I mean, like a literal truckload or something like that, because not everyone has got the same ideas and ideals as me. So just do whatever makes you feel at home now. Alright you guys, now that you know how to do this thing, I think it's time to bring this whole dirt house thing to end. Don't you guys agree? I mean, after placing down so many dirt blocks, I really think that I should stop doing so. And if you don't agree with me, then you should hop onto YouTube and search for dirt house videos, because I am pretty sure there are enough people out there building more stuff out of dirt, especially houses. Wait, hold up, you already are on YouTube? Oh my. Why did I not think of that earlier? That's actually pretty stupid now that you think about it. I am literally telling you guys to hop on YouTube while you are already on YouTube. Well, anyway, let us forget the past and move on with the future, shall we? I'll tell you one thing, the future will most certainly not be another dirt house. I give you my word on that. I have to say that after placing down so many dirt blocks, you do really get a feeling for dirt houses. I mean, I can for sure see myself growing old in a place like this. Don't you guys see that too? We could all grow old together in our dirt houses. Actually, never mind that idea. Let's just make normal, decent houses from now on, right? Cool. I do have to say, it looks pretty sweet, don't you guys think so? Yeah, well, I do, so I don't really care, lol.